All right, so let's take a look. It is a Thursday afternoon, and wow, everything has been pulverized. That is crazy. I mean, they literally went through this bit by bit. It looks like tore apart every box. So this looks kind of interesting. That I can definitely take, I think. Let's all I've got is this safety blade. That looks like a copper jacket. Oh man, it's gonna be... Yeah, so pretty sure if I strip that I can get something for it. I don't know if they're gonna give me number one since this is so full of insulation. Usually when I take this stuff in, it's a hollow, but it does have copper there and there's a copper jacket. So I'm gonna take both of these. This fitting right here is brass, and that's probably copper underneath here too. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm taking them both, so that's at least something. That's that. That's got some weight to it too. That's that. Make sure. Yeah, that's you can feel how light it is. So anyway, yeah, that's it for here. I'm out. All right, so we already got a little bit of metal here, and sometimes there's some good stuff in these, and sometimes not. So that's pretty much it. Make sure all this is tucked in so it doesn't blow away. Yeah, it looks like they just emptied these because they're putting their trash to the side here. Take the Coax, but looks like another truck clean out. So guess I'm gonna get in this one. People are saying that their yards take coax. I will check when I do the next small scale run. I've checked with another yard that sells to the yard that I go to, and they said they don't take it. So I'll ask my main place. There's a lot of stuff. If not, this will just all go into shred. All plastic, but shoot. Really? There we go. See, it's not that I don't have tools, it's that I always forget them in the truck for whatever reason. I had it in my hand, left it in the truck even though I just used it at the last dumpster. All right. I think that's it. Yeah. That'd be all. So, got all that. And this. So as I was about to leave, I realized I've never hit this dumpster by these boxes. So on my way over here, all I was doing was backing the truck back up. I met a guy who came out of this building, and he saw me and didn't say anything, but I went up to him and asked if he worked there. You never know, they might be doing some kind of service or something. And so long story short, he said, as long as I come here after 6 o'clock, anytime after 6, he goes, anything in the dumpsters, even the units that are sitting here, and I already knew about the units from somebody else, but just wanted to reconfirm. He's like, anything that's sitting here, even units sitting by the dumpsters, I still won't touch them if they're sitting over there, but actually plastic. He said, fair game, take them, no problem. He said, at one point, they were having a problem with people being really nasty and disgusting and leaving the place look like a disaster, and they were kicking everybody out. He goes, but those people are now gone, and they're really letting people get away with it now, like me. So I'll just continue to clean up where I can and not leave a mess myself. But I had a real nice conversation with him, and it was totally cool about the whole thing. So it's just nice to have that reassurance again. And apparently the guy that told me about the recycling bin down there and another dumpster, he was from another company that's right next door to this one. So, but anyway, while he was doing some stuff over there by the dumpster, I didn't film then, and I ended up finding a little bit of copper and some metal and stuff. And I took this box out because it seemed really heavy, but there's nothing really good in there. But anyway, I'm gonna put this back in here and we'll head to the next dumpsters. Never mind, it's attached. All right, so I noticed this open top near the other one, and I drove by it because there was a truck parked here, and this is new. So yeah, I already see some wire down there. So anyway, I hit a couple of other places that didn't really pan out too much, but when I was in the open top, that I find all the light fixtures, the light casts. I'm trying to figure out how to get in here without stepping on too much. Security rolled up on me, and I've never talked to security in that area. So I was about to get in my truck and drive away, and I saw him pull up, and he kept his distance. But so I went up to his vehicle and, you know, said hi and told him what I was doing. He's like, "Hey, you're fine, you're fine." Like, even before I could get it out, he didn't even he didn't care that I was there. So I guess I am pretty fortunate about security in my area and the places that I go. Ah, the one piece one underneath that, they don't mind me diving. So that's empty. It's a small little piece. And that's all stripped. That's plastic. So yeah, we'll let's take a look and see what's in here. Ooh, that doesn't look good. And I don't hear anything inside there. Sink, that's really light, so there's nothing there. So yeah, I mean, I keep getting spotted lately wherever I go, so it's a good thing everybody is cool about it, or else I'd kind of be screwed. I think that's it. I'm gonna keep watching this one. I think it just got put here a couple of days ago, so good find. This morning I need to get this cleared out, and as you can see, I got a little bit of good stuff. I got wire in that new open top, so finding that new open top was a good deal, and I'll keep an eye on that, obviously, to see if they start dumping out anything good. Picked up some metal out of the HVAC units. I've got this pipe that is plastic coated, and underneath it is all of that copper, and then you've got this styrofoam kind of stuff, or just filler, and then another copper ring inside. So I'll see what they'll give me for that. I definitely have to strip off this outer coating or they will seriously downgrade it, but it'll be worth it, I think, in the end. I'll just take my bolt cutters and cut it into manageable sections and do that. Got a little bit of copper here, clean, you know, that dirt off, and that'll be number one. And then the ammo can back there, that was already mine. And just a bunch of other shred. I've got a lot of coax that I'll just, you know, throw in a bucket and take that in with me, and then some other types of wire that I need to clean up and sell that as insulated copper wire. So I'm not going to show you what this looks like outside the truck because it's nothing too spectacular, but it still wasn't bad for just heading home and hitting those dumpsters, and this is what I got. So definitely worth my while to hit them whenever I can. So real quick, I'm still at this mess, but for those that don't scrap and don't know about coax cable, and I don't know a whole lot myself, I just know, you know, what I've seen from other scrappers and by looking at the coax. So when I talk about coax, and hopefully I can zoom in good enough when I edit the video that you can actually see this, but you've got this really thick plastic outer layer, and then there's this white insulation layer, and in that is a tiny strip of copper. So that copper actually kind of looks like this here. It's about that size, like you said. Hopefully I can zoom in there, and that's what's in there. So there is copper value. It's just there's so much garbage around it. You know, maybe if this yard will take it, they'll give me the same price as like Christmas lights or something, which is pretty low, but it's better than shred price. So it comes in different forms. You've got the regular coax here, which is just this with that copper inside. You see a lot of it with the ends still on it. And then you've got this stuff that you need to watch for. So if you can see that on camera, you've got the large wire, and then you've got this other one attached to it. Now, what I do is I strip this off separately, because if you look at that, there's a nice thick piece of wire with not very much insulation around it. It's just the protective plastic coating. So that there is actually, I can turn that in my yard as number 1 because that is such a thick strand of wire. So I'll strip, anytime I find this stuff, I'll strip it right off the coax, and then I would turn in the coax separately if I can. I've been just throwing it into shred because that's basically what I was told by the other yard. Maybe I was wrong about that. I'll find out. So, and then there's one other one, and I don't find this stuff often, but I'm going to start looking for it a lot more. Actually, that one here, same thing. Nice thin piece of copper and this thin layer here, and then you've got 2 coax on this side, which is the lower stuff. But the one I was shooting for is this here. So this one, again, that's just your regular coax, but that is, and somebody, you know, wound this up. So you can see all the copper that's there, and they just wound that strand around the end there. But this one here is attached to, it comes as a whole bundle here, and you can separate this, which I will, that coax from, on this one, you've got nice wire inside. So it's insulated with another few wires inside that are also insulated. So I would actually get, not number 1 for this, but I'll get a, you know, probably at least $1 a pound, I think. I will separate these two because I think this one's going to be more waste than this one. So it's not too hard. You know, once you get it started, it just pulls right apart. I can clip that end right there and pull that apart too. And that's just, you know, another way of further breaking it down. This does not take hardly any effort whatsoever and getting the most value out of the wire. If I were to just turn this in all as is, I'm going to end up getting a very low price. Sorry, I got holes in my gloves already, because of all the insulation around all of these. And if I split them into 3, then I'm going to get different grades for all of these, and I'll maximize the profit for picking this up. I mean, I pick it up for a reason. If it doesn't take any effort to separate this stuff, that's something that I'm definitely going to do. So I'll do that off camera before I turn this stuff in.